Hello everybody, so it's that time again. We're doing my V11 settings video that you've all been asking for. So once again, we're on the firing range alone. And just as a baseline, I've got the FPS pulled up on the right, and I'm getting about 100 frames per second looking down the firing range. So just as a baseline with my settings, my specs, this is what I'm getting on the firing range in this particular location. Alright, so we're going to jump straight into the settings. So first things off, of course, game settings. Field of view I keep at 90 because the lower you keep it, the further you can see, and it's really important to see things in squad. I up my free look sensitivity just so that when I'm looking around, I don't have to like drag my mouse everywhere, especially because I play with a 400 DPI. Once again, that's a 400 DPI. My mouse sensitivity obviously is set at 1. I keep all my sensitivities at 1 across pretty much everything in game as well as other games as well. I just like having the same mouse sensitivity everywhere, except for my free look sensitivity. Like, it's all 1. It's just easier for me to make sure that I can make the same mouse movements universally across everything. I hold to lean, and we'll get into why I hold to lean instead of toggle lean as soon as we get to the keybinds. But yeah, I hold to lean, hold to free look. This I don't really pay attention to, but they're activated. Double tap time 75, and then I haven't really messed around with the UI, the new name tag selections. I think they're fine how they are right now. I don't mind them, and so I use the default here. Turned off all the notifications as the first time, and then graphics, the big stuff, right? This is what you guys are all wondering, like how I make my game look, how it looks. Resolution 1920 by 1080, simply because that's the resolution of my monitor. You have a 4K monitor or a 2K monitor, this will be different for you, right? Depending on which monitor you're running, but I run a 1080, so running 1080. Borderless, I used to run full screen for extra frames, but now I run borderless. I used to run full screen because you get a couple frames, but after the optimization, they've really improved my frame rate, and I never drop below 60 anymore. So I now switch to borderless simply because when I alt tab when I stream, it doesn't like freeze the frames on stream and stuff like that. So I use borderless purely for functionality. It doesn't really help frames. Gamma, this is actually incorrect. Some of the maps right now are really dark. So that was jacked up. I think I was playing on like a night map, maybe night core or something. But yeah, I usually keep it at 2.5, and I definitely keep it at 2.5 now, especially because of how they changed the shaders in squad. If you haven't paid attention, they changed the shaders, the coloring, and the lighting on a lot of the maps, and it makes the game look so much better. It's so much more beautiful now. It's pretty much stunning how different the game looks in V11 now that they changed how the game looks visually with the shaders. So I keep this at 2.5. The darker things are darker, the brighter things are brighter. So there's a lot different saturation on different maps. So this will go up and down depending on the map that I'm playing. Screen sharpening I keep at 5. Graphics quality custom, right? Because we're going to go through here and talk about this. All right, so anti-aliasing TFXAA. This gives me a nice smooth outline on objects without making them look too blurry. This is just the best that works for me. And then I have a 1080, so I'm able to run super sampling at 1.25. This is very resource intensive. If you can, you want to hit these because these are like these really make your game look better, but they take a lot of resources. So most of you are going to have to play with off or 1.25 at max. Effects are all maxed out. Cinematic, epic. Distant shadows. I should actually probably turn this on. I don't actually know what that does, but it sounds like I should turn that on. Vsync. I don't use Vsync because you get input lag with Vsync. Vsync essentially matches the frame rate to whatever is on your screen, and so you get it's smoother, but you also get input lag, slight input lag, so I don't use that. Bloom, all that. Adaptation I turned off. I used to have this on. I turned it off because like sometimes when you enter and exit buildings, it's just blinding how bright stuff is. You can't see anything, so I turned off adaptation because it was really hard to see. Lens flare turned on. Pre-load textures, I have this off because it would make my load times like take forever, and it was just, I don't know, it was just really, I don't see the point of this. I don't really know what this does. Motion blur, this is love it or hate it, right? A lot of you guys either love motion blur or you hate motion blur. I like it because it makes my game look smoother, and it just, when I have it off, I can see the screen tearing. So I just like it on because it makes my game feel smoother. Audio quality, epic. Master volume, this should actually be at 90. X100. UI volume 5750. Command, obviously most important voice comms, cranked at 200%. Squad 175 local voice 150. This is how important comms are in game. Like, I jack those all up. You know, I double the command volume, and then I add 75 and 50 to the squad and local. Keep all the beeps on for immersion. Controls, here we go. So, let's see. Free look, I rebound to my mouse key. I found that left alt is okay, but having it bound to my mouse, it feels more natural because you're already using the mouse to look. So holding another button on your mouse to like separate your head from your body just feels much more natural, and I was using free look a lot more after this change. I think that's the only change in this, in this section. Infantry, the only things I change here are bipod and crouch. I swap those around simply because I'm used to having all my crouch keys on every game as C. I don't really like using control. I feel that's like too far. I don't know. It puts my hand in an awkward movement when I need to hit control. It just doesn't feel natural. C is much easier to hit for me. So I swapped that around, right? Bipod used to be C, but yeah, just swap these two around. Let's see, what else? Where's the lean? All right, I swapped my lean keys. A lot of you know that I do this. All the OGs know that I do this, but anyone new to the channel, I swap my lean keys, and there's a reason for that. It's to get quicker snaps around corners. And this is partly going back to why I don't toggle my lean, because if you toggle your lean, this is how you're coming out of the corners, right? You're just poking your head out. But if you swap your lean keys, so I hit Q right here to lean right, and I hit E to lean left, right? So if I want to lean right and move right, I hit Q and D, right, to move right. So what that allows me to do is I can come out to the corner and I can snap out, right? Instead of just slowly sticking my head out and walking out, I can snap out much faster. And then I can snap back in without doing insane finger yoga. So it's gonna fuck with your brain a lot for like the first week that you do it, but I love this change. I use it in every single one of my FPS now, just because it's so easy to do. Like, to just be able to snap out of corners at people and snap back in. Because toggle's good and all, but like sometimes it gets stuck, and then you don't get that extra peak when you're pushing corners with the toggle, right? Because you just, on their screen, you're just slowly coming out of the corner with your head. But if you can get right up to the corner and then lean and move, you get a bigger peek out. So it's just a small little thing if you want to try it. I recommend it. It's going to be, of course, like I said before, pretty difficult to wrap your head around at the beginning, but once you get it down, you know, it'll feel good. I guarantee it. And then I think that's pretty much it. I don't rebind any of this stuff, any of the vehicle stuff or anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Once again, I don't touch anything in the INI files. I don't use reshade. I don't use any third-party program to make my game look how it looks right now. Squad already did a huge rework over the shaders, lighting, and saturation on a lot of the maps, which is why the game just looks flat out better in V11. I am running a very high-end computer. I think it's about $2,000–$3,000. You can check out my specs at karmakut.com. You can see all my specs for everything and what I'm running. I'm probably going to upgrade to a new graphics card once I get the chance, but right now, like once the 1180s come out. But for right now, this is just what I'm running. I've been running this setup for like 2 years straight almost. I think I upgraded. The only thing I upgraded... No, about 1 year I've been on this setup. But yeah. It's been doing me well. I've been pretty much holding above 60 on every map now in V11. They did great work on the optimization. And yeah, try out that lean key stuff. That's probably one of the like best tips I ever got from a person who commented. Was like, hey, try this lean trick out, and I really do enjoy it now. It makes a lot of sense once you get used to it. When you're trying it, it's not gonna make sense. It just won't. But once you get used to it, you'll see the advantage of the lean peak. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Remember to hit that subscribe and like button. Leave a comment down below, and if you have any questions. And yeah, make sure you hit that bell button to get notified of future uploads and live streams. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next one.